I'm in the bathroom, which is why I don't have the camera on me. As I was sitting here dealing with this condition that I speak healing over, that I need surgery for, I was looking on Instagram, and probably I'm gonna show it to y'all possibly later tonight, depending on how things go today. But the post with Miss Norwood on the Shade Room, I'm gonna speak on that real quick, because I put my comments, and I don't care who doesn't like it. My father died from hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. For her to be on there now trying to garner sympathy for RayJ, aka Rayford, it's like, when as a mother do you take accountability that your son is fucked up because of you? This nigga literally just pulled a gun out on his wife, ex-wife, because I don't never know if him and Princess are together or split up, because they always back and forth. But he just got arrested a few months ago for pulling a gun out on his wife in front of his children on Thanksgiving. And we didn't see you on the Shade Room taking responsibility for your son. We didn't see you on the Shade Room asking for prayers for your daughter-in-law and your grandchildren that are severely traumatized. Like, my heart goes out to Melody, because she's the oldest, which means that she's seen the worst between RayJ and Princess. It's like you on the Shade Room looking like Medea, because I swear that's one reason why I clicked on the post, because I'm like, bruh, this is the first time we've seen you trending on social media talking about it's not a hoax, your son's not making it up. And like everybody in the comments keeps saying, this nigga done cried wolf so many times that we don't believe him. And I think it's real crazy that, like, again, my father died from this shit. So it's like, bruh, you cannot be on stage performing and running across the stage and shit when you're dealing with cardiomyopathy, because it literally will kill you. Literally. So it's like, you know, what the fuck, bro? Like, and then like I put in the comments too, RayJ was the one taking souls with Diddy. Hell, I still got the video under the shorts on my channel, on social media, on Instagram. They was just taking a trip to Atlanta where Diddy up here laughing and shit, talking about we going 48 hours of taking souls. And what we know about taking souls is that when you commit sexual abuse and you sacrifice a person to Satan and Lucifer and Baphomet and Molech, that's taking that person's soul. So you think we finna feel sorry for that nigga? Nigga, no. Good riddance as far as I'm concerned. And I don't care who gets mad. I don't care who take it whatever way. Ain't nobody feeling sorry for you, RayJ. I told y'all at the end of 2024, I said God is about to sweep through all these motherfuckers. A lot of them going to jail, and some of them is finna die. The people that participated in the public humiliation ritual against me last February 9th with Jaguar Wright, every last one of y'all done got y'all karma. And some of y'all finna die this year, because I've seen every last one of y'all funerals. And one thing about my spiritual gifts, when I see a funeral, you gon' die. And it's usually within either 2 weeks to 2 months, sometimes at the most 6 months. So ain't nobody feeling sorry. Miss Norwood, you need to take accountability that you made your son a punk ass bitch. Let me just call it what the fuck it is on my raw and uncensored channel. You are the reason RayJ is like that. Because you ain't never held that nigga accountable for shit. This motherfucker was bragging about pulling a gun out on his wife in front of his kids on Thanksgiving. We didn't see your ass trending on Instagram then. What about your grandkids? Even if y'all don't like Princess, then your grandkids, motherfucker. You know how much therapy they gonna have to go through because of their dad acting like a little punk ass bitch? He act more feminine than Brandy, and you show act like a nigga. You masculine. You more masculine than RayJ is. Sitting up on the shade room looking like Medea, talking about everybody to pray for my son. No, that nigga's getting his karma, bitch. This motherfucker defended Diddy, kept saying free Diddy. Oh, Diddy's my nigga. Always kicking it with this motherfucker. And this is the same nigga that threatened for Fab to be raped on the Breakfast Club and was egged on by Charlemagne, the fucking fake ass god, who also has sexual abuse allegations against him. We don't feel sorry for rapists and pedophiles on this channel at all. You motherfucking right, I'm pissed off. Because it's the audacity for you to get on social media and say, pray for my son, it ain't a hoax. Bitch, he sold his soul to Baphomet allegedly. He assisted Diddy allegedly. That nigga's getting his fucking karma, and if he dropped dead today, I won't shed a goddamn tear. I'll probably celebrate. That's another parasite, pedophile, rapist, defending motherfucker off this planet. Period. Especially because you're mocking a condition my actual dad died from, bitch. The fuck? Ain't no fucking way that nigga got a cardiomyopathy and was on stage running across the goddamn stage with fake ass blood allegedly coming out his fucking eyes. My dad had a nosebleed right before he died. It was much older than Rayford. And his eyes ain't never bled no fucking blood. Talking about it wasn't no hoax. How the fuck you lying for? That's the shit that irritates me. It be the moms enabling these bitch ass niggas behavior. And then you want the world to feel sorry for your son? No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. Baphomet is coming to collect your soul's son. Period. If anybody needs prayers, Miss Norwood, it's Melody and RayJ Jr. I forget the baby's name. Them two kids need prayer. At the horrors that they have had to endure watching your piece of shit son be a terrible father in front of them. Ain't nobody saying Princess ain't innocent. She a Leo. We know Leos is they over dramatic as fuck. But did you ever stop to think about your grandbabies? The trauma that they've endured at the hands of your own son. They so-called father. Not to mention this nigga was making fun of Little Rod for his claims in the Diddy documentary that Diddy allegedly raped him. You was on there with that Timu ass version of Kim Kardashian on TikTok, laughing your fucking ass off not even 2 months ago at Little Rod, talking about Diddy took my ass and when I shit, now I bleed. First of all, that rape is not funny. Like Cat Williams said, it should never be joked about or made fun of. You completely dehumanized him in that moment and validated his experience and laughed at rape allegations. But we supposed to feel sorry about you almost dying. I don't. I won't. And I don't care who doesn't like what I have to say on my channel. Fuck that nigga. And Miss Norwood, fuck you for raising a bitch ass nigga. Fuck you for never coming forward and taking accountability for your son's behavior. Fuck you for never even acknowledging them grandkids' trauma and trying to get them help. People like y'all shame our entire race and I can't stand y'all. Private nigga moment shames you. A public nigga moment shames the whole race. This nigga has a huge platform where he could be positively impacting our community. But he continues to play games. Everything's a joke to him. Everything is funny. You're running around high out your fucking mind and not just off of cannabis, because we know cannabis don't make you act crazy. Everybody on there, oh my God, if Miss Norwood's on here, it must be the truth. How many times has she been caught lying on how many different reality shows, videos? Wasn't she behind the demise of the Destiny Child group? Didn't you and your husband have a hand in that? Let's talk about your daughter Brandy allegedly knowing that RayJ allegedly had a hand in Whitney Houston's murder. See, I'm coming back a year later with all of the updates on these murders. Angie Stone, Whitney Houston, Bobby Christina. All women, and Kim Porter, and also Kathy White. All women that were allegedly going to expose these types of men that Rayford is so close with. On the same Breakfast Club rant that he did threatening for Fabulous to be raped, he also bragged about how he had spent the night with Diddy. What two heterosexual black men spend a night together and brag about it on social media? Down low niggas do that shit. And Nicki Minaj asked him several times, Rayford, when you coming out the closet? We all know you've been in there a long time, along with Diddy and Jay-Z, allegedly. Don't nobody care. Chelsea, good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all don't forget to like the video. I'm not finna be on here much longer. Like I said, I'm in the bathroom and I seen that post and it just irritated my soul. But it also let me know that everything I saw is coming into pass. Like I told y'all, some of these people are going to die naturally, of natural causes. The wages of sin is death. How the hell you allegedly help participate in satanic sexual abuse rituals with Diddy and then think we gonna feel sorry for you? No, this is God eradicating y'all, just like I said last year was going to happen starting in 2026. I also told y'all that Jay-Z and Beyonce were being investigated, which they both are. Jay-Z is about to go to trial for that lawsuit from CASHAPP. He has other trials that he's going to court for as well. Just because he allegedly paid off the judge to dismiss that woman's case with prejudice so she couldn't bring it back does not mean there aren't other allegations of sexual abuse, including the FBI report that is in the Epstein files, alleging from the girl says when she was 13, she woke up having been allegedly raped and she woke up in the room with Sean Carter and Harvey Weinstein. Sir, you are not getting away with your shit either. But Rayford, Mr. I'm traveling with Diddy to take souls. If I was you, my nigga, I would repent before God. Genuinely, before your time is up on this earth. Because ain't nobody coming to kill you. But the natural causes and the funeral that I seen, it will be the grace of God if you don't end up dropping dead actually from a heart attack this year, since you're mocking it. That might be the way God decides to let you leave this earth, since you always making fun of everything. See, people who make fun of those who are victims of sexual abuse, your actual karma, or your dharma rather, it might just be that you know, have to reincarnate on this planet again. Some people reincarnate when they die. Some people go straight to hell and some people go to heaven. And when you go to heaven, they do give you the choice to come back. They sent me back here. I didn't want to come back here. I'm going to be honest with y'all, especially after experiencing heaven. I hate Earth, for real. Earth is ghetto as hell. But I'm here to do a mission, and my main mission is exposing this satanic agenda that y'all got going on in these quote-unquote elite sectors of the industry, be it music, entertainment, politics, government, presidency, religion, churches. And you dumbass witches at Christ Apostolic Temple and everybody affiliated sending all this dark energy to me. I see everything y'all say and do. My ancestors, angels, and spirit guides been blocking all of y'all shit. I don't know when you dumb motherfuckers are going to learn that you cannot stop me from speaking my truth and exposing all of y'all shit. Because out of everybody affiliated with y'all, I was the only one that went to the police. I was the only one that tried to get people help. And then y'all sat up there, excommunicated, had everybody cut me off, had everybody lying on me, talking shit. Had no idea I had been raped by my ex-fiance and told to be silent about it. And y'all still mad that I'm speaking on that? Guess what? Get mad, motherfuckers, because I'm going to keep exposing it. Including y'all bitch-ass pastor, Dwight Reed, that married Jordan, a teenage girl, as soon as the statute of limitations expired in Iowa and she was deemed a legal adult at 18 and was dating her at age 60 when she was 15. Your covens will burn. I keep telling you that. I know the shit y'all do in the temple and outside of the temple. I see everything. None of your spiritual attacks have worked. I'm still speaking my truth. People like RayJ, people like Diddy, people like Jay-Z, Jaguar, Oprah, Ellen, Jennifer Lopez, Drake, the orange face Oompa Loompa, Donald Trump, the Clintons, all of you motherfuckers, Russell Simmons, all of y'all. When I said God was going to uncover y'all, I meant that shit. And I don't give a fuck how old Bill Clinton is, sir. Your shit has been exposed. I saw your funeral. I saw Clive Davis's funeral. I saw Donald Trump's funeral. I saw J-Lo's funeral. And I also saw the funeral of people affiliated with all these people. Kris Jenner, the Kardashians, all of y'all. Miss Knowles, I seen hers too. It's a lot of people that's finna drop dead, y'all, naturally. Everything I see this in the spiritual realm. RayJ, this is literally your last time to repent. God's gonna make an example out of you. The same shit you did to people is going to be done to you. And no one's going to believe you because of how much you've lied. And your death that I saw is not going to be swift. You're going to suffer before you take your last breath. Now, people can say this is dark. There's a reason I was born with these gifts. Empath, clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, psychic medium. Everything that I've told y'all that was going to happen has happened. Everything I've said since the end of 2024 and throughout all of 2025, everything has happened. And I know that y'all think in Iowa that your prayers for my health are working. What God revealed to me is I was born with Graves' disease to prove that I can overcome this and heal. Even the conditions I've been recently diagnosed with, that I've been hospitalized for. It's nothing more than a test of faith. The temporary struggle that I've had to go through due to needing surgery, nothing more than a test of faith. There is nothing that you can chant. There's no incantation. There's no demon. There is no low frequency deity that you can call upon that will ever have authority over me, because I walk, live, and breathe in the authority of the Most High God's frequency. Again, I've died and gone to heaven. So these human things that have been assigned to me to overcome as a part of my testimony, you have no authority here. In fact, I have dominion over your demons. Y'all know, several of y'all were present when we cast demons out of people and out of places. I don't know why you keep trying me. Every time you do, my ancestors show me exactly what's about to happen to you. Every time. Some of the recent deaths that have happened at that so-called church are because of the spell work y'all have been doing against me. That's why certain people that's died, when my mom be telling me, I don't really be feeling shit. Like, you not sad? Nah. You don't know what the motherfuckers have been doing. And the dark spell that y'all put on me before I left has been broken. Every curse has been broken. But the curses that you bring upon yourself, because it's not me you go against, it's the Most High God's frequency within me, which y'all don't even know is that the very demons you've been communicating with actually defend me in the spiritual realm. You didn't know that shit. You didn't know that when you walk in the authority of God, that even demons, there's a scripture, James, that says, thou believest one God, thou doest well. Even the demons believe and tremble, which means that when you walk in the authority of God, demons will bow down to you and defend you. So every time you send dark energy, guess what? They're defending me. That's why they keep fucking you up. That's why in the middle of the night when y'all are having terrors, you reach and channel me to pray for you. Certain people I'm not praying for. And I for damn sure ain't praying for RayJ. Lie in the spiritual bed you made, my nigga. You have made fun of people being raped for years. You've threatened men with being raped. You said it yourself. You said, and I know I got niggas, I got friends, and I know niggas that like to rape niggas. Ain't nobody feeling sorry for you. Not over here. I'm not. Not worth a damn. Just like I don't feel sorry for any other rapists. Just like I don't feel sorry for my former stepdad who's dying of diabetes. Good riddance. Every one of y'all that have raped and sexually abused people, good fucking riddance. That's God clearing the parasites off this planet. Period. And yes, I said what I said, and no, I'm not taking shit back. Get mad and argue with your mama. I don't care. Like I said, Melody, that little girl is so traumatized. I be for real praying for them kids, just like I do my nieces and nephews. Because they shouldn't have to go through that, because your mom never, ever, ever held you accountable and just let you just run around the world acting like a little spoiled bitch ass nigga. Then the way Brandy was treating Princess when Princess was trying to get help, when he first was putting hands on her. That was on Love and Hip Hop. Like, it's like y'all act like motherfuckers don't remember. Just because the show ain't popping no more. I remember that shit. They would be fighting on camera. There's so many videos of RayJ putting hands on his wife in front of his kids. It's women like Miss Norwood that's the reason why this shit continues generation after generation. You know, the mamas that cover for their sons being fucked up. The mamas that cover for the son that be molesting kids in the family. The mama that covers for the son that be beating the dog shit out of his fucking wife. Then the son that he has grows up to be just like him, and he puts hands on his girl because that's what he saw daddy do. The daughter ends up attracting men that beat the fuck out of her because that's what she saw daddy do. Bitch, pray for your grandkids. The fuck? Because that's going to be their future if y'all don't get them help. Anybody who grew up in a household where it was abusive, you either dealt with abuse or tolerated it at some point in your adult life because that's what you saw. So you got all these broken niggas out here fucking around, creating broken homes, creating generations of literally generational curses because they're not healed. Then they mama want to get on social media and talk all emotional. And if I have anything, pray for my son. You should have did that a long time ago. You should have got him help a long time ago. Y'all shouldn't have been ignoring Princess when she was telling you and Brandy how the fuck your son and your brother was. I would not be surprised if RayJ actually does die from a heart attack this year. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Because it's almost like you're speaking that over yourself by faking that shit. I survived thyroid cancer twice with no chemo. I changed my lifestyle. I changed the way I thought. That's what triggered my whole spirituality journey, going through that shit. It made me closer to God. This nigga's on stage performing allegedly with fake ass blood coming out of his eyes, and she gonna talk about he ain't trying to get attention, bitch. The fuck? Are you that much in denial about your son? The audacity for you to get on the shade room talking about, and you know, I know he likes it. No, no ma'am, no ham, no turkey. Stop defending your son's behavior and hold that nigga accountable. And above all, as his mother, you can sign for him. You can force him to get mental health help. When my sister, who has bipolar schizophrenia, kept flipping out on everybody, she kept fighting everybody and blacking out and shit and swinging on the police and not remembering, we got together as a family and signed a petition and an affidavit to have her admitted to a mental institute because she was a danger to herself and others. And I think at this point, Miss Norwood, if anything, that's what the fuck your ass should do. Get your son some help. Stop defending his behavior. That's the reason why he is the way he is. You enable him to be fucked up. And there's so many black moms like you. That shit irritates my soul, bruh. Because I know what the fuck our ancestors went through for us to be free. And then y'all doing this nigga shit right after goddamn the Black History Month ended. Again, like how none of this shit elevates our race. It makes us look like stereotypical dumbass niggas. The ancestors is not pleased with none of this shit. And Jay-Z, I don't care what connections you think you got, my nigga. God is bringing your ass down this year. You're not going to be able to keep paying judges because a lot of people that's in cahoots with you finna drop dead. I seen their funerals too. A lot of these old motherfuckers covering for you are about to die of natural causes. All of y'all getting y'all karma. You know his Beyonce don't show up with that nigga no more. Anytime he's in the public eye, he always with Blue and now Rumi, grooming the girls. But like I said, Blue, when she turned 18, she gonna expose you in that witch of a stepmother. She playing her part. She's smart. There are certain children being born to break this shit, to expose it, and I'm one of them. That's why so many people send spiritual attacks and it doesn't work. Y'all have failed miserably. And don't think for a second I don't know about the shit y'all plotting and planning. People worried about April and real life street stars. You think I don't know the other shit y'all been planning? I love when y'all underestimate my spiritual gifts because you don't know the shit I see and hear daily. You don't know that I can hear your thoughts. You don't know that I can hear your conversations. Ain't none of y'all finna take me out. You're not going to be able to fake my death. You're not going to be able to ever say I committed suicide. I would never do that because I watched my mom do that when I was a teenager. In fact, I voluntarily took myself to a mental institute when I felt overwhelmed, like I just didn't want to wake up the next day. When it comes to spiritual warfare, it's real. Those of y'all that haven't been in agreement with Baphomet, every last one of y'all, that deity is collecting your souls now. It's going to be a lot of people locked up and a lot of people dying. A lot of funerals. What would it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his own soul? A lot of y'all finna lose y'all soul this year. Your time is up. People say it's a politically correct thing to do to show empathy. Not to predators. No, I don't. If I don't show empathy to people that I'm related to that I found out are predators, you think I'm going to show empathy to a fucking stranger that's a predator? No, it's your time to go. Because you don't do shit on this earth but hurt people. And you can't use the excuse, well, I was sexually abused. So was I. A lot of us on my channel were sexually abused, and a lot of us chose to get help. A lot of us still daily deal with healing and therapy. You literally just made fun of Little Rod in the documentary, the 50 Cent documentary from Netflix. You went viral with all of that shit. You called him a liar and everybody else a liar. I'm surprised he didn't say shit about Jonathan Hay. Because that's going to be a really big case coming up next for the diddler. because he has receipts. But it was funny when you and Diddy was riding to Atlanta to go take souls for 48 hours. That was funny. It was funny when you made the video making fun of Little Rod allegedly being raped. But now we're supposed to feel sorry. I don't, I won't, I will not. My prayer is that every single predator, every rapist, every child molester, every sex trafficker, I don't care if you did it 20, 30, 40 years ago, all of y'all are going to pay this year. Every one of you. You're not above the law of God. I don't care who you pay on this planet. At some point, we're human. We die. And it's a lot of y'all in this industry that's been covering for each other, that's still covering for each other. When I said God was pulling the cover off, the Epstein files being released is so just the very tip of the iceberg. Kids finna start exposing them. There's a young man that just exposed his father. I'm gonna show y'all that if I do the live later. Because like I said, I still gotta figure some shit out. It was a young man that exposed his father for sexually abusing him and all of his siblings. And his father, instead of getting arrested, was entered into a mental institution diversion program. As if pedophilia can just be miraculously healed. I have never heard of any case of a pedophile actually no longer being a pedophile. That is literally a disgusting spiritual sickness, just like the act of rape that's a demon. And once you allow that energy to consume you and control you, it's going to. Like the young man was pissed, and this is a white young dude. So it's not about color no more. These motherfuckers, spiritual wickedness in high places, that's in the government and authority figures, judges, attorneys, DEA, cops, hell, even the president. Like if the president himself publicly went viral for saying you can grab women by the pussy, if the president is in the Epstein files pictured with teenage girls being lustful, I mean, really? Everybody's like, what can we do? We can come together and stop it. That's what we can do. I don't care what I'm temporarily going through. Forever Freedom is starting this year. And we will find these kids. When God showed me that premonition of over 400,000 kids being rescued from underground, I do believe that was a premonition of my company going and finding and rescuing these kids. Actually helping them heal, rehabilitate them. It is more than just talking about it. MLK said he had a dream. Malcolm X said by any means necessary. And I'm from the home of Malcolm X, by any means necessary. Forever Freedom. We're going to rescue and heal these kids for real, for real. And people like RayJ and Diddy, Jay-Z and all of y'all, and if it is true that Jay-Z, Diddy, Epstein, Jaguar, and Oprah really were, and allegedly also Sean Atwood really were over in Africa selling children, you think God ain't going to expose that publicly for the whole world to see? Everybody involved is going down in 2026. Ain't none of y'all escaping. And if those accused are innocent, that will be revealed as well. But as of right now, I don't believe none of y'all are innocent. I really don't, because all of y'all are interconnected, a part of the same beast system, the grid. The same grid that they are using right now to create the one world currency, the one world religion, the one world order. Neither will they be able to buy, sell, or trade. We are living in revelations every day. You motherfucking right, I'm going to keep exposing this shit on my fucking channel. This is not a game. Yes, the Bible's been written and edited time and time again at the Council of Nicaea. They put together the bullshit. Yes, the King James Version Bible was written by a Freemason, King James. The Word of God is something that lives in you. It's not a book. The closest thing I ever seen to what they showed me in heaven was that movie, The Book of Eli, when Denzel Washington gave them right before he died, he gave them the scriptures to write down. The Word lives within you, just like God does. It's not an outward thing that you search for. It's not a religion. The wrath of God is removing itself from you. And at the end of the day, all of this corruption, these satanic rituals, everything that I've been shown for the past, damn near 3 decades. Actually, yes, the past 3 decades. It has all been coming to pass. Everything my father told me before he died. Everything he told me to prepare for, Dad, you was right. It has all fucking happened in real time. Everything he told me. Everything my grandfather told me. My grandfather was in the military. There's a reason I know so much about how agents behave, because I was trained. It's a lot of y'all, Jaguar ain't the only one, it's a lot of y'all out here claiming to be whistleblowers that are allegedly agents and snitches, informants, double agents, some of y'all. Everything's getting exposed. And the true chosen by God, those of us that are a part of the 144,000, we're being brought together for a spiritual reason. It's not about them fighting against us, weapons and form. They will never prosper. Walk in the authority of the Most High God that is already within you. I don't care what you go through. Even what I'm going through right now, I'm like, bro, all this shit is temporary. Whatever God ordains for me to go through, I go through, and I overcome it, and I keep going. That's the strength of God and my ancestors within me. Shout out to all of my angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and ascended masters. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your protection. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for fighting these stupid motherfuckers in the spiritual realm. And thank you for defending me. Even as I sit here dealing with this, I speak healing. I command this body to be healed. I command this bleeding to stop. The woman with the issue of blood was healed by her faith. But one thing I'm not finna do is sit up here and pretend like everybody else, like, oh, we should feel so sorry. No, Miss Norwood, you are getting your karma as a mother. In fact, you're getting your dharma as a mother for never holding your son responsible and just letting him just be out here hurting people, allegedly raping people, abusing people, like just doing stupid shit. And our ancestors are not pleased with you either, because again, all of you have a platform that could have been used for good. And I don't care how beautiful Brandy sings, there's always a darkness on Brandy. There's always demons on her. I see them all the time. I also feel the guilt from Whitney Houston's demise and her and RayJ's alleged involvement with that. Your whole family is cursed, Miss Norwood, if you didn't know. And I heard that allegedly you also are supposedly a part of the same coven as Miss Tina Lawson and Kris Jenner and Beyonce and Kim, allegedly. So any of y'all that are in that pyramid of the craft practicing witches, the dark witches, the Sisters of Light, I heard that all of y'all are part of the Sisters of Light. I'm going to prove that with my research. If RayJ does die, that's God. If he survives, that's God. Baphomet and Molech are collecting every soul that sold themselves to them, along with all the other earthly gods that you guys have. You know, the whore in Babylon is the satanic rituals, specifically the satanic sexual rituals where people mate with demons. These parties are more than children being molested and raped and adults being molested and raped. It's literally them doing the Lima, the satanic sexual magic that Aleister Crowley, Jay-Z's mentor, Mr. Do As Thou Wilt, that he taught. That is what they do in the industry. Even the swinger parties I used to go to in Houston. Looking back, I realized how much the Lima was going on at them parties and we didn't even realize it. All the sex magic, the euphoria. They call it subspace in the BDSM world, when you ascend through sex and group sex. And I'm not gonna lie, at the time it was fun. I'm a Scorpio, hell. I'm bisexual, I'm freaky. It was fun at the time. And then when I left that lifestyle and I started really honing in on spirituality, and then when I came across the Lima, what was it, 2 years ago, I was like, well, I'll be goddamn, that's what they were doing to us at them parties. They would do a lot of like chanting and telling you to release and let go and just embrace everything and to embrace the universe. Anyone who has been raised in an apostolic Pentecostal or charismatic church that's witnessed people catch the Holy Ghost, which is also demonic possession that I found out later, the euphoric feeling when you are tarrying for the Holy Ghost because you're in a state of praise and gratitude and you're essentially doing a version of ascension, but it's controlled by that religion. So that feeling you feel, or if you ever smoke weed, or if you ever popped a pill, that feeling the first time you was high, that's what it feels like when they're doing Thelema on you during a lot of orgies and like group sexual activity. Now, I have experienced subspace, not in a group setting, because I had a fuck buddy years ago for like 4 years, and it was just me and him, and we would practice certain things, but we never had to do drugs to feel that euphoria feeling. The sex magic is to get you to, the Bible says they'll be giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. That's part of it. It's not sex before marriage. It's when they're doing satanic Thelema shit during the sexual encounter. And then the raping and the molestation is the sodomy, where you activate a person's kundalini when you do that in a very negative, low frequency way, and that's why you're able to control them. Believe it or not, the sacral chakra controls the throat chakra. That's why they rape men specifically, and even women and children, in the ass. Sodomy, that act is to negatively activate your kundalini so they can literally control you. It's also a part of MK Ultra. It's also a part of butt breaking in the Willie Lynch letter that they did to the slaves, which is why the black community is so homophobic. It's not consensual sex between two men. It's when someone is sodomized, aka anally raped. Why do you think Diddy was doing that so much to people? And then recording it and watching it. And according to Jaguar, selling the tapes on the dark net. These people are involved in satanic rituals. RayJ allegedly was involved in satanic rituals. So if he has a real heart attack, you attracted that, RayJ. And no, my channel, I'm not doing no sympathy for you. All the harm that you've done to people, it has now come back to you. See, when people send me energy, I reverse it right back. And I send death and hell along with it. Any energy rising up against me shall fall by the wayside and be destroyed by itself. Let chaos and confusion come about their lives, and let death and hell follow their own evil intentions right back to them. That's how you spiritually protect yourself. Again, spiritual warfare. That's where we're at right now. We are living out revelations every single day. If y'all didn't know, we are in the tribulation now. And there is no such thing as a rapture. That's some bullshit too, and the angels in heaven confirm that. That's some shit mankind made up. They're going to stage an invasion and act like it's the second coming of Christ using the actual Antichrist deity. And people are going to be transported to the other earths. Why do you think so many celebrities and wealthy people have been traveling to all the super earths? According to NASA and all the astrologers, there's hundreds of other planets just like Earth that people are purchasing land and property on. This is why you need to know who God is for yourself, outside of religion, outside of people. And once I went to heaven, couldn't nobody tell me shit coming back to this earth, because I know way more than any of y'all do based on what I witnessed and what I was shown. Not everybody who's going to die should we feel sorry for when those people have been predators. Again, you're going to stand before God and they're going to show you your life. They showed me in heaven. It's like a holographic image suspended in the air, like a TV, like how our phones, or we swipe, they gonna swipe and show you all the shit you done did. The good and the bad. Then they're going to put your life, good and bad, in a chalice. It's like an angelic chalice, and weigh your life out. And the only thing the Most High God is most concerned with is other gods you choose to serve and sell your souls to. That's why I focus on exposing this shit so much, to wake people up so they don't get caught up in the bullshit. That's why even though I'm an artist, I'm not signing shit with nobody. My soul will never belong to the music industry, but I will sing until the day I die. And my future children will too. I only came back to this earth to complete this mission and to gain my reward while I'm here. For enduring all the shit, really enduring my own version of the cross. And these conditions I've been born with are a major cross in my life. And I'm carrying that cross by myself. One thing I'm going to do is speak my mind on my shit. Thank everybody for tuning in. Good to see y'all. Like I said, I'm in the bathroom. And I'm like, well, shit, since I'm sitting here so long, let me jump on live and speak my mind. Because Miss Norwood, you full of shit, bruh. Like, you the reason that nigga's like that. And you're old. Like, you're about my mom's age. You could have used your fame, all of your connections, to positively impact the Black community. But your son is a living stereotypical, like he's literally living out all of the stereotypes of young Black men. That they ain't shit as husbands, that they ain't shit as a father, that all they want to do is go out and get drunk and get high and party and cheat on their women. It's like, I miss men like my uncle. My uncle's birthday was February 26th. My father's was February 25th. That's why I took some time off during that time, because I miss them. But I mostly miss my uncle, because my uncle was an honorable Black man who picked cotton with my grandmother, my maternal grandmother. From picking cotton to serving this country, a veteran, to starting a church and rescuing children who were trafficked and survivors of sexual abuse. To not only having his church, but creating thousands more. And not being a rapist or a pedophile or cheating on his wife. Him and my auntie was married for 57 years. That was the only man she ever knew. And he treated her like a queen. My future husband, my divine masculine, is going to treat me exactly how my uncle treated my auntie. And I'm going to treat him the same way my auntie treated my uncle. My husband's a king, I'm a queen. And we're going to rule together. That's why I'm still celibate. I'm not finna give my body, my temple, to some low vibrational nigga where I gotta be carrying all of his trauma in my energy. I did that shit in my last relationship. Hell no. There needs to be more men like my uncle. Honorable Black men. That's what our ancestors died for. Every slave died for us to have freedom. My grandmother picked cotton so I could be free today. My grandmother lived across the yard from Malcolm X when they was in the projects, in the hood, before the house on Pinckney, the tourist site. My family has a legacy. I hate when y'all do this stupid nigga shit. Our ancestors hate this shit. That's why the fuck some of y'all finna pay, because they don't like it. They don't like the fuck shit y'all doing. They like, we didn't goddamn get lynched for this shit. Do you know in Omaha, Nebraska, they used to lynch niggas right in front of the courthouse, burn their carcass, and then tie the burnt carcass to the back of a damn truck or a vehicle and drive them up and down Farnham, and all the kids, all the white kids, all the white people standing out there cheering and shit. You think them ancestors is proud of this shit? You think they went through all of that for y'all to act stupid as fuck on your platforms? RayJ could have positively impacted the community, his mama. But no, y'all up here being suspected for allegedly having a hand in another black woman's demise, Whitney Houston, and many others allegedly. And Rayford on the Breakfast Club bragging about having fab rape, and Charlemagne, the fake ass ain't no fucking God, want to sit there and cheer him on, talking, talk that shit, Ray. Why the fuck are you encouraging him about bragging about having another man raped? I really believe them allegations against Charlemagne were real, and that he paid off a judge to get the case dismissed, like allegedly Jay-Z did. Then y'all want to celebrate Charlemagne and them getting a $200 million contract on Netflix, and ain't nobody watching this shit because it's fucking Netflix now. It's not the real Breakfast Club. I don't even watch that shit. And I love Just Hilarious, but y'all watered that shit down. Like, this shit, it irritates my soul when I see these niggas with these platforms, bruh. Y'all could be doing better. You could be using your platforms to promote rescuing children who are survivors of sexual abuse, rescuing children who y'all say y'all know are being trafficked. Again, how the fuck, Jaguar, you sit on the dark net and see motherfuckers being traded and bought, flesh being sold, and you don't do shit to rescue them? But y'all want to sit up there and pretend like you of God. This is the very definition of blasphemy. When I tell you every one of y'all involved in these rituals, God is exposing this year. You're not going to be able to pay nobody to hide shit. You're not going to be able to fuck your way into them hiding shit, because I heard some of y'all been allegedly doing that shit too. Going and fucking people, thinking that giving them some pussy is gonna, you know, make them shut the fuck up. They gonna take your pussy, take your soul, and still expose your ass. RayJ should be ashamed of himself, so should his mama. She really should be the most ashamed, because this, you raised this. You're the reason he's like that. I don't know what role, it felt like his daddy must. You know, I heard some shit that allegedly RayJ's dad used to get fucked in the ass by the mama. Quite a few people have alleged that for a very long time. And she is way more masculine than the daddy, so that could be true. And to each their own with they kink, long as it's consensual. But I feel like he just never had a masculine enough male, positive, like a positive masculine role model to show him how to be a man. And he's just ran rampant. I'm gonna be honest, having a sister with bipolar schizophrenia, that's exactly how RayJ acts. The outbursts, the constant grandiose, everything should be about me, no empathy energy, allegedly abusing drugs, to run around like a chicken with their head cut off. Like, bruh, Like a lot of people was saying in the comments, I think it's time for you to get your son some help. It's been time for you to get him help. I think at this point you need to focus on getting him help more than clout chasing on social media, trying to garner sympathy for your son. And 90% of the people don't even believe it's real, even with you saying it. He didn't cry wolf too much and too long. So, oh well. As far as I'm concerned, good riddance. You support rapists, you surround yourself with rapists, and you support other men getting raped. You deserve all of the karma that you have attracted to yourself. Period. Now, with that being said, I'm about to get off this live. I'm going to continue to speak healing over my mind, body, and spirit, and I'm going to continue to speak my truth. And if everything goes well for this evening, I will be back. Because I want to, one, show y'all the video of her. And two, I want to finish showing y'all the Sam Jr. and Trasha K interview as I continue my investigation. Because a lot of these allegations, not only against Jaguar, but everybody connected to her, a lot of things are starting to come to light. And a lot more is getting ready to be exposed. So I'm definitely going to continue my investigation as far as if it is true that Jaguar and Jay-Z allegedly are secret lovers, and if it's true that she allegedly went over to Africa with Weinstein, Oprah, Diddy, Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Tina Knowles. Because the Morbid Melon video, that ain't the first time I've seen or heard that. I've actually been hearing that for a long time. So I'm going to keep doing my investigation. I'm going to keep exposing all of this shit with the satanic agenda. I'm going to keep comparing events to the satanic ritual calendar, because now I understand 1000% why God allowed me to find that back in 2018 when I was heavily researching SRA, which is satanic sexual ritual abuse. And after my former pastor, the same one that told me to be silent, he died in 2018. So that's why I went even deeper into my research about it when people, members of that church that I hadn't seen in years, and we reconnected at his funeral, a lot of them said they had been raped by him. And they thought that maybe I had been raped by him too because we were so close. I said, nah, he never tried me. A lot of them preachers knew not to try me because they knew I'm going to snitch. I'm going to tell. Like, don't even try it, because first, I'm going to defend myself, and second, I'm going to expose your ass publicly so everybody knows you a fucking pervert sitting on the goddamn pulpit. So when they were telling me that they had been raped, I was like, oh, this is fucked up. Nah, we need to speak about this shit. And a lot of them, believe it or not, they're still afraid. That's how mentally conditioned those cults are. A lot of them are still afraid to publicly talk about what happened. And they keep asking me to speak their truth, which I will do, but it won't really get you justice if nobody knows that you're the Jane Doe. And you should never be terrified of a pastor. Dwight is damn near 70 years old. I don't care what connections he has. Nigga, your connections ain't bigger than God. And there's no way that a man who's been accused of raping young boys and girls, who married an 18-year-old when he was 63, should be a pastor. And I know my mom's a member there. I love my mom to life, but I got issues with that. She knows that. I told her that. I don't understand how you can sit there and you know that I was raped when I was a member there and told to be silent about it. I don't know how you can sit there and be in agreement with this old ass nigga marrying this teenage girl after he groomed and dated her for 3 years with permission from her father. I don't see how any of y'all can sit there. Like, I know they brainwashed motherfuckers. I know I used to be brainwashed. I acknowledge that it was a fucking cult. But God woke me up and brought me out of it. And I'm trying so hard, especially with my mom, to get her to wake up. But unfortunately, she may not wake up. She might die in that shit. I've seen her funeral 3 times. And if she do, hey, it is what it is. That's what she chose. I don't care if the relatives don't want to talk to me. I don't care if y'all don't care about what I'm going through with my health. I don't even care if y'all are celebrating it. God told me to speak my truth. I'm going to speak my truth. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. Because let's be real, y'all, we don't fuck with each other. Let's be real. We don't. Y'all don't fuck with me, and I love y'all from a distance. I pray for y'all every day, but it is what it is. I'm not in agreement with that. I'm never going to be in agreement with that. Dwight Reed needs to be arrested today. He should not be presiding over anyone as a pastor, because his previous churches, he was accused of, there were allegations of him raping and molesting the members, not just his former stepdaughters who came forward. They were the only ones who had the courage to come forward and speak out publicly about the sexual abuse that they endured from him. The rest of y'all still sitting there acting like you praising God, talking about you catching the Holy Ghost. That is demonic possession, especially when your pastor is corrupt. And there are those of y'all sitting in that congregation where you were a member there when I was a member. You know how that nigga is. You know how his ex-wives came to church with bruises and shit, and they talked about how he stole money from them and how he was abusing their kids. But y'all still sitting there. Because you don't want to be the one who's excommunicated the way that I am. Well, D, I don't want to end up like you. I don't want to end up where everybody don't talk to me no more. Man, fuck them people, bruh. Because you sitting there supporting a pedophile in the pulpit. And he ain't the only one, and y'all know it. Y'all know Kevin Ringer got put out the church for raping his stepdaughter and getting her pregnant and making her have an abortion. Do I need to call more names? You mad at me for speaking my truth? Man, fuck every last one of y'all. In Jesus' name. How about that? Since y'all want to put Jesus on all of this bullshit. Well, you know, ain't no pastor perfect. He has been accused of rape and pedophilia. Why the fuck he's still in the pulpit? Why the fuck he's still around kids? That's why I don't fuck with my so-called family. I love them dearly. But that's exactly why I don't. And I'm going to speak my truth. I love my mom to life. But there's a great possibility we may not see each other before she dies. I've made my peace with that. I pray for her daily. I love my mom. But there are things that she's been accused of that really shocked me. And not just from siblings, from some of my nieces and nephews, her grandchildren. I have asked people to come forward because if these accusations are true, she should be held accountable. People are afraid. A lot of them distance themselves from me because of what I talk about on my channel, and I understand that. But guess what? None of that shit should be swept under the rug. That's the reason it continued. Unfortunately, that's why even some of my nieces, not nieces, but my nephew, I know one of them told me he was raped by a relative of his on his mom's side of the family. And I know the person that he told me that did it. And that young man is married with children. I sang in the choir with both of his parents. There's a big part of me that's angry. There's a big part of me that wants to just make some calls and have poetic justice done. But then God was like, nope, let me handle it. See, shit like that shouldn't be swept under the rug. I'm going to give it about a few more months and see if they come forward. If they don't, I'm going to launch an investigation secretly, anonymously. That way, if that is happening to their children, they can get locked up. There's always ways for justice to come about. And when God says that justice is death, can't nobody stop it. And those of y'all sitting there in agreement with Dwight Reed being married to Jordan, those of y'all celebrating that shit, You gonna pay. Trust me when I say God is gonna make sure all of y'all pay. I saw that church get completely shut down, and there were chains and locks on all of the doors. I saw him get arrested, and I saw him die in prison the same way I saw Diddy die in prison. Both of them are going to get taken out the same way in prison. So to those who say they love me, but y'all don't, you don't communicate, you act funny, let me tell you something. You're complicit. There's a penalty for being complicit. There's a penalty for every one of you mothers that knew your children were molesting and raping other children and you did nothing about it. There's a penalty for the mothers that knew that their daughters were being raped and molested by fathers or siblings or cousins and you did nothing about it. You're just as guilty as the predator. And Miss Norwood, I hate to burst your bubble, but I'm going to. I don't give a fuck about if your son died. I don't. He should be in jail, just like Diddy, on some real shit. Just like Dwight Reed should be in jail. He's going to end up there. You're going to spend all the rest of your old ass years in jail, sir. And I heard about the prayers that you've been telling them to pray against me and all of us that left that cult and have been exposing y'all. Did you know I saw every one of them bitches' funerals over the past 2 weeks? Some of y'all was on the spiritual warfare attack team with me praying demons out. I seen every last one of you bitches' funerals. You can keep sending all the death spells and shit every time I go live. I know y'all monitoring spirits. Some of y'all monitor me are people that I once called my sister in Christ. We were very close. Pray over your children, because some of you don't understand that you are attracting generational curses to your lineage. And I actually do pray over y'all kids, because I know what's coming towards you that's going to affect them. Y'all know that Dwight Reed is wrong for marrying Jordan. You guys were present when his former stepdaughters went public on Clubhouse with Bishop Senegal and detailed exactly how he sexually assaulted them. You were there, because it showed all the people that joined on Clubhouse. A lot of y'all was in that damn chat, and you still sit in that congregation of wickedness, and you want to call me a witch and a voodoo priest and all this other dumbass shit because I don't do religion no more, because I know who the fuck God is for myself. How can you go to church and say that you're praising God, but you guys know that there were children allegedly being raped and molested in the fellowship hall, in the choir room? Not alleged. Ernestine was raped. That was public. He did get locked up. And then y'all let that predator back into church when he got out of jail. And he continued to do the shit. But God forbid if I speak about it on my channel, fuck every last one of y'all. I'm not being silent no more. I'm going to start calling y'all out by name, and I'm going to launch every investigation to have all you motherfuckers locked up. Don't give a damn if we're related. Once there's enough evidence to have you locked up, you're getting locked up. Period. Ain't nobody playing. God is not playing with y'all. Y'all playing with God, committing just blatant blasphemy. Knowing damn well you don't believe in God. Y'all letting all these goddamn pedophiles, these people are registered sex offenders. They are not supposed to be within 100 feet of children. And you letting them in the goddamn church? Talking about God forgives everybody? They are sick. It is a disease. That's why they don't want them around kids. Just because they in church don't make it right. A lot of these predators go to church looking for victims. You know how many mega churches, them women that came out public that's confessed and said they were helping kids get abducted, they said our biggest target is mega churches. Because the membership is so large, it's really easy for a child to get lost. The woman was bawling, crying, confessing about how she was paid to go help abduct children that were getting sex trafficked. But you mad at me about exposing it? How come the fuck y'all didn't expose the shit? And how the fuck you still sitting there talking about you a member? Then the other so-called homegirl that's out here talking about, well, I just went to visit because my daughter was there. Bitch, you the one that told me he married Jordan. What the fuck? But you going and visiting the church? This shit has to stop. So guess what? God is sending angels, and some of them angels are not angels of heaven. They are angels of dark to exact vengeance upon those who have participated willingly in these satanic rituals, specifically the satanic sexual rituals. This shit ends. They don't win. London Bridge is falling down. Take the keys and lock her up. My fair lady, the whore in Babylon. And I can't wait. A lot of y'all, this is y'all last chance to repent. And when you don't make that choice, God is, you're done. Your time on this planet is up. You're going to take that 6-foot nap. And it will be natural causes. The great falling away isn't just people falling away from faith, it's people falling dead who willingly participated in these rituals. Some of y'all think, well, it was a long time ago. It doesn't matter. You still did it. And especially people like you, Jaguar, that claim to have all this knowledge about shit being shopped and traded and flesh being bought on the dark net. Why the fuck you ain't never tried to rescue? You lied about going to Epstein Island and rescuing women, but you ain't never tried to rescue the minors that you said were in the tapes. Didn't you just name the $500 million sex tape, and you said out your mouth on the blue couch that Nicki Minaj was in it, Drake was in it, Justin Bieber was in it. You named off a whole bunch of people, but did you ever stop to rescue them kids? Did you? We haven't seen nan victim that you claim to have. Everything you say makes you look guilty, like you are involved. Talking about you finna be a minister, but you also condemn the Bible on 2 Weeks channel. You called the Bible that book. And you said you knew that Beyonce was a dark witch because it takes one to know one. And then you forget the conversations that we've had privately offline. Since you like to record conversations without permission and play them publicly, you should play all of those. The times you called asking for prayer because the demons were beating you up. The demons were coming after you. The conversations I had with Odell about you spiritually, even him telling me about the spiritual attacks that he was witnessing you be under. Too many of y'all have been in communication with demons and devils and tattoos and brands of Baphomet and other deities, thinking that removing a tattoo removed the blood oath. A blood oath is just that. That's why they make you sign in blood. It cannot be redacted. Do you know how many times I was approached by the OES, the Sisters of the Order of the Eastern Stars, the Wives of the Masons, because of my knowledge and gifts? And the father of my Mother's Day baby is a Mason, which I didn't find that out until after we lost our baby. There are those that do good. But the ones at the top, those are the spiritual wickedness in high places, the ones at the top of the pyramid, the Great White Brotherhood, and those right below that on the pyramid. It's very easy to get caught up in trafficking when you are someone who is sexually liberated. When I went through my period of exploring the BDSM lifestyle and the lifestyle, at the time it was fun. I wasn't this deep into my spirituality. I definitely wasn't healed. And I think back to that. The people that were at the mansion parties, that there were the rumors that they were off in a room doing a satanic ritual, and other people would laugh, man, you guys are crazy. There was always a part of me that wondered if it was true, but I knew if I entered that room and they were doing it, I probably wouldn't be allowed to leave the room. Then I started having premonitions of a particular daddy dom that kept inviting me to his private events and offered to pay me to train his subs. And he's like, you know, you don't have to do anything sexual. I just want you to put them in cages and flog them, and, you know, train them. And then I had a very, very vivid premonition of him doing not only Thelema, but doing portal opening rituals with these women during sex. And it did involve him cutting their flesh and putting like symbols. I immediately blocked every one of them. And this man lost his fucking mind. Like, somehow he found my email address and emailed me and was like, why did you block us? Why didn't I'm like, because, man, I saw some shit that y'all into that I don't fuck with. I don't fuck with none of that. I'm just, at that time, I was just trying to be on some freaky shit. I'm just being honest. I was. That satanic sexual ritual shit goes on a lot. And you'd be surprised the people that I saw at them parties. I mean, like, it was real crazy. Some of the people that showed up, like, wow, okay. So that wasn't a lie about so-and-so, you know, being down low, or so-and-so cheating on their wife, you know, because they hear, you know, they hear at the party, and they, you know, you don't necessarily have to sign an NDA unless you decide to privately play with certain people, but it's what's understood doesn't need to be spoken. And the understanding is that everybody here has something to lose, which is why nobody's ever going to snitch. When it comes down to consensual kink with a partner, or if you decide to engage in group sex, whatever, it's one thing to be into kink and fun. It's another thing to be into Thelema and satanic rituals. That is not something I've ever enjoyed or wanted to be around, because I literally have cast demons out of people. That is my job spiritually, is to eradicate evil. Which is why I think it's insane that the people from back home keep sending spiritual attacks thinking it's actually going to work, when you saw me cast demons out of people successfully. So your frequency can't match mine. It's crazy to me. So yeah, I'm going to keep speaking my truth on my platform. My channel's raw and uncensored. I'm a very passionate Scorpio, and one thing I'm passionate about is justice for every one of us who have survived sexual abuse. Justice and healing, and everybody who committed the shit needs to be held accountable. That's just what it is. Even if that accountability is God wiping them off this planet. So be it. Good riddance. My mom said to me, damn it, she doesn't cuss, but she just was like, that's heartless. No, it's not. Heartless is raping somebody. That's heartless. Heartless is trafficking children and raping and kidnapping children. That's heartless. Abductions, holdings for ceremonial rituals, transporting people to Diddy's house, allegedly Jaguar. Everything I said, I meant it. I feel like God's gonna make RayJ suffer for a while. That might maybe humble him a little bit, but he's so controlled by the lower realms. I feel like he's a lost cause, to be honest. My prayers for his children. Whatever he's going through, he attracted it. My prayers for his children, for their healing, especially Melody. Because those kids are growing up. And I would hate to see her repeat what her mom did. Princess is cool, but there is something in her past from what she went through as a child that made her feel like running back to this man and trying to love him was going to get him to change. They don't change unless they want to change. And a lot of times they don't change until they lose you completely. And it's actually sad to see her keep going back and forth with him. Like, baby girl, show your daughter self-love and leave that nigga alone. His mama is the reason he is the way he is. I honestly don't think RayJ has the capability to change. I really don't. I think he's been spoiled and coddled so much that who he is just who the fuck he is. Because he's shown it with every relationship. He doesn't give a shit about the women. And also that does kind of make me feel like the allegations about him being allegedly down low are probably true. And then why does he always get with women that are sluts? He got famous for fucking Kim Kardashian on a porn. And then said, like, exposed how allegedly Kris Jenner was directing the porn that him and Kim were doing. And making them go back and redo scenes. Ain't no mom directing her daughter in a pornography. The fuck? So again, nah, sympathy for him? No, not for me. Not at all. Accountability. That's what needs to happen. Not sympathy. And them kids need therapy and they need help. Now, with that being said, I gotta jump off here. He said Sonya does give alpha feed. Yeah, exactly. She always has, for real. So, I'm about to get about this bathroom, but I wanted to just share my thoughts on that. All of it. I'm tired of the stereotypes all the time being played out on social media with the Black community. I really fucking hate it because we are supposed to be representing melanin excellence. That's what my ancestors died for. I can't speak for nobody else, but I know for me, that's what they suffered and died for, was so I could sit freely on this platform and speak my mind. And I've never been one to try to be politically correct because I'm a nonconformist, if y'all haven't figured that out by now. I've been a rebel my whole life. Can't tell me shit because I'm going to research it, period. I'm not believing. Like, again, I was raised in cults. That's why I am the way I am. I'm not believing shit no more. Anything somebody tells me, I'm going to go verify it first. So, let me get up off of here. Like I said, I got to figure some things out for tonight. And if all goes well, then I will come back tonight to finish the last live I was doing, finish showing y'all the interview and show you some other information regarding the allegations. Again, that whole Jaguar allegedly lying about rescuing women from Epstein, that shit is backfiring now. Because a lot of people are asking, okay, where are the victims and where's the proof? Because there is going to come a time that everybody in those files is going to be interrogated. They're going to have to, answer to their involvement. So that's the other part of the story. If you did rescue those women, which I'm going to be honest, I don't believe any of that shit is true. I think at some point, investigators are going to reach out to you to get a statement and to get some proof. Which is why people shouldn't lie for clout. Because you never know how that lie is going to come back around, and you're going to have to take accountability for that. Gemini Ant, good to see y'all. All right, y'all. I got to get up off this toilet. I'll be in here a long time dealing with this condition that I need surgery for, that I'm speaking healing over, but it's time for me to end this live. So if I come back tonight, I'll schedule it. Y'all will see it. I'll talk to y'all later.